back like this. You want me to sit up like this? How do I look? Good? Don't leave that part in. Hi, I'm Todd Glass, and I am here in the beginning of my week at the Comedy Addict in beautiful Bloomington, Indiana. The best club on the planet. That's just the way it is. Sorry if you're not in the league, but you gotta do some different things if you want to be the Comedy Addict. Otherwise, you're one step below, which is still a huge compliment. It is Thursday night, and it's the first night. We had a good show, and the first time that I ever did stand-up comedy. Just one clean question that I can handle. First time I ever did stand-up, I found out there was a comedy club at this place in Center City called the Comedy Works. And my friend Albert Nalabatsky, who I'm still friends with, found out there was this comedy club. There weren't comedy clubs in every city back then. So I didn't even know what to expect. I didn't know if it was college students telling jokes. I didn't realize that we would be seeing great comedians. And the ones I remember that we would see, every single week I went. I become obsessed with it. Every single weekend I wanted to go to the Comedy Works, and we started seeing acts like, they weren't as big back then, but like Paul Reiser and Jerry Seinfeld, Stephen Wright, Eddie Murphy, Jay Leno, Gary Shandling, and the list goes on and on. Even Jerry Seinfeld, they were already big acts back then, and Jay Leno, and it was just week after week after week there were these great acts, and we'd always hear at the end of it, hey, if you think you're funny and you want to try your hand at stand-up, come on down Wednesday night, it's our open mic night. And then eventually, I went on. By the way, I'm exhausted right now, I should tell you, if that's an important part. But I didn't want to go myself, so I told my friends I was going to perform. And then I went one week and I chickened out. Then the next week they said, are you going to go up this week? I said, there's a 99% chance I'm going to go up. And I didn't go up again. And my friends were like, you said there was a 99% chance. I'm like, yeah, that was the 1%, I didn't go up. I can't believe they didn't figure out my loophole that I had. But eventually I did go up. I went up. At this point I was 16. I was in 11th grade at Conestoga High School in Berwyn, Pennsylvania. And I did okay. I did good actually the first time. Probably partly because I looked like a 16-year-old kid and a nervous, frenetic energy. And didn't go. And then the next week that I went on, I invited like my mom, my dad, their friends, and it didn't go well at all. But I did it every single week after that. I was serious about it. I went up week after week after week, and not to sound overly, well, whatever. What was I gonna say? Overly cheesy or whatever. I feel like I found my place, in this world. The comedians I got along with. I didn't have a lot of friends in high school, but I was meeting comedians and I got along with them and I liked them. And I loved hanging out with stand-up comedians. So not only was performing the best part for me, but it was hanging out with comedians. Probably it was more fun hanging out with comedians after the show was everything to me. It was like I had a life now. I had something to do after high school. All my friends were already off in the first night I went up, they were in high school, but then a year after doing open mic nights, we all graduated. They all went off to colleges, and I was, back home in Philadelphia doing open mic nights, and it went, and from there, I went on every week, every single week. Since then, maybe I've gone 10 weeks without doing a show, where I went a full week without doing a show. Is that good? Is that interesting? Ugh, no one cares. What do you care, people? I feel like other people have better stories. Put me after someone that's got a really bad story. That way mine will seem better. Like, sandwich me into between two snooze fests.